Optimizing your daily life is bullshit. Don't buy it. If what you want to do is run ultramarathons, optimize that. Train for that. You don't have to take what you do on a daily basis and force it to be training. Hi, welcome back. It's been fast beginning to the new year, but we're looking forward, we're looking ahead. Big drawing coming up tomorrow for Leadville, so we'll see what's going on there. In the meantime, let's talk about daily things that you can do that don't feel like training for an ultramarathon, that actually are training for an ultramarathon. So first, let's talk about optimizing your day-to-day life for training for an ultramarathon. Optimizing your daily life is bullshit. Don't buy it. If what you want to do is run ultramarathons, optimize that. Train for that. You don't have to take what you do on a daily basis and force it to be training. Now, are there other benefits to the things that we're going to talk about? Absolutely. I have noticed other health benefits from standing while working, walking more, taking the stairs, carrying my kids, taking them out for runs that have very little to do with ultramarathons directly, but there is still a real and valuable benefit to working from a standing desk, walking on a treadmill desk, walking more generally, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, being active with your kids. All of these things have impacts outside of just ultramarathons. Lower blood pressure, better cholesterol, feeling like I'm able to be more active more frequently, recovery times are faster. This is just anecdotal stuff for the most part. Kids who have active parents and who are active with their parents are statistically more likely, and this has been proven in several studies, they are statistically more likely to be active themselves. And that's true whether it's mom or dad. Moms can have a little bit more impact, but don't think, dads, that you can't also be the one taking your kids out and being active with them and helping them have that drive to be active themselves. But hear me very clearly. Your day-to-day life is not up for optimization. That's not what we're here for. We're here to live and be full, well-rounded people who maybe also just happen to run crazy distance endurance events. I have with me this wonderful new treadmill. It's going upstairs in my office. You've already seen my treadmill in my basement that I do my weighted vest hikes on. This is going to be something that I walk on during the day while I work to try and get some extra miles, keep myself moving, and to burn a few extra calories when I feel like it. When I first decided that I was going to try ultramarathons, I made the decision that I was going to make every attempt to do whatever I could in my day-to-day life to try and turn it into at least a little bit of training, make some conscientious decisions to do things that would be beneficial to me running an ultramarathon. And for me, that started with just a standing desk. That's the first step, I think, for a lot of people in this realm is, when you think about ultramarathons, a lot of people don't realize how much walking there is and how much it really is about time on your feet and not so much about constantly running at a given pace, especially in a 200 miler. Maybe in a 50K or a 50 miler, you're going to be running a lot more, but truly beyond that 50 mile mark, it is much more about time on your feet and much less about running the whole time. So I got my lovely standing desk when I started a new role with a company. Fortunately, remote work was becoming a much bigger thing, and the company I joined gave me a stipend to outfit my home office as I saw fit. So I ordered a Very desk because I wasn't sure that I wanted to always work from a standing desk, and I certainly wasn't sure that I wanted to stand all the time exclusively. I decided against a raising and lowering motorized desk simply because at the time we didn't have space. I didn't have my own office. Now that I do, if I could do it again, I probably would get a motorized desk, although at this point, I might just get a locked standing desk with no up and down function because I do stand all day every day now. I don't sit anymore. But when I was sitting, I made the conscious choice, because if you go from sitting all day to trying to stand all day, it's going to be tough. The muscles in your back, those erector muscles, your core, it's going to take a toll on your body. Your hips, your hamstrings, your glutes, things are going to start to get tired after a few hours. So I ramped up slowly. I did an hour at a time. I did 2 hours at a time. And eventually I got to a place where, okay, I'm gonna stand for an hour in the morning, and then after I get back from lunch, I'm not sitting down again. I'm gonna stand for the whole afternoon. So I kind of worked into it very slowly, but when I did sit down, I wanted to still be working a little bit. I did not want a chair with a back on it so that I could relax into it, sit down and let my posture slump. I wanted something that forced me to stay active and working without the strain of standing all the time. So I got a stool with a heavy base. And you see this thing will roll all over the place. It goes nice and high, so you can stand and lean on it instead of just sitting, or you can sit on it. And it was a valuable tool. It was like $50. It was not that expensive. Really has been a good thing. I'm past it now. Even when I was injured and I was sitting with my foot up, I really needed a chair with a back because my foot had to be elevated. This was a good way to ease into standing all day. That really got me moving and seeing that there are a lot of things I can do every day that can have an impact on my ability to last through an extremely long distance event. That was a huge benefit of the standing desk. Now it's time to take that just a step further. Being a relatively new dad, there were some things that I could do with my twins that I could use to my advantage, to my benefit, that I didn't have the chance to do previously. I have identical twins, and we have a double jogging stroller. Taking the girls and putting them into the stroller and going for a run means I'm pushing an extra 50 pounds. Even when they were small, that stroller is not very light. And you load it down with the kids and their stuff, and then your water and your stuff, it's pushing quite a bit of weight. And as they get bigger, I'm pushing more and more weight. So now this next summer, when it comes time to do my hill training, I'm probably gonna be taking them out with me and pushing them up hills. And that's gonna mean pushing another 60, 70 pounds uphill that I'm not gonna have with me on race day. Even just going out for a run on the flats, because we live in Colorado. My paces take a hit and I'm slow and I'm working hard, but I notice then the next time I go for a solo run, it is not nearly as challenging to get moving at a decent pace. I can stay at that pace longer, uphills feel easier. So it's been a really nice way not only to bond with my kids, but also to advance my training and step up to that next echelon of, okay, push 70 pounds uphill, for 3 minutes at a time, 6 times in a row. So this little baby was about $250 on Amazon. It's a walking treadmill. Goes up to 5 miles an hour. That's the max speed. It's got a 3 horsepower motor. The weight limit on this is up to 300 pounds, so it can hold a healthy amount of weight. Importantly, and this is the hardest thing I found in finding the right treadmill, this one has an incline. And that seems to be a real missing piece for a lot of these walking pads, walking treadmills, treadmill desk type of things, is that they do not have an incline to them. And this one has up to roughly 7%. I think it's 2 degrees to 4 degrees. And by the time you convert that to percentages, you're talking about 3-ish% to 6.8 or something similar. This thing is gonna be my daily use walking treadmill now. It's gonna fit right under my desk over here. I'm gonna try and walk on it every single day while I work. Now, just like standing, I'm not gonna go for it all at once. It's gonna take me time to ramp up. And eventually, I hope I'll get to the point where I can walk multiple miles per day while I'm working. Time that I otherwise would have not been doing anything, or at least just standing, which for me is now doing nothing. For a lot of people, sitting is doing nothing. So moving from sitting to standing, major improvement. Moving from standing to walking, hopefully I'm gonna have a similar experience where that is a major improvement, and my feet later in these races will be much less tired. These are relatively inexpensive. I don't expect them to be full featured, and neither should you. But for $250, some of the more expensive ones that I saw on Amazon were in that $400 range, and they almost always have a coupon with them, so I didn't even pay $250 for this one. It was listed at $250, and then there was a $50 coupon, and then after taxes, I think it was right around like $215. So I'm hoping that it's a worthwhile investment, and we'll find out together. This is another way that I'm trying to take my day-to-day and use it in ways that benefit my ultramarathon training. I'm gonna be walking, I've already been standing for a while. I push my kids around, I carry them around, I go up and down the stairs. And I've started taking the stairs in public places too. I'm not gonna take the stairs to the 10th floor. You're not gonna find me doing that. But I will take the stairs to the first floor, the second floor, the third floor, up and down, instead of the elevator. I'll take the stairs at the airport when there's an option for an escalator or the stairs, especially if I'm just carrying a carry-on. There is so much advantage in our daily lives that we miss or we don't look for. And those are the places we can find some benefit. Maybe it takes a few extra seconds. Maybe it doesn't. In fact, when I go to the Denver airport, I am faster down and up the stairs than the people on the escalators every time. And I bet you are too. We've just grown so accustomed to having an elevator, an escalator, something that we don't have to engage with to move us and propel us. And there are options to not do that and to use those things as an advantage for ourselves in whatever pursuit we might have. If you just want to feel healthier, if you want to make hiking easier, if you want to just improve your health so you're around longer, make it easier to play with your kids or your grandkids. These are the kinds of things that you can do. You can take the stairs, you can play with them, you can stand at your desk. You'll find little ways to be active, even if it's a little bit at a time. It's little micro activities like that that really can start to stack up and add up and have a benefit to your training. Now, a word of warning though, not everything is meant to be optimized, and in fact, you may not want to optimize every single day. We still need rest, we still need to recover. Our bodies need the absence of activity so that the activity can sink in. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge to see how much is too much, because I don't expect to do it all the time, all day, every day. It is something that is going to need some moderation, and that's going to be true for you too. If you don't feel like standing one day, that's fine. If you had a heavy workout the day before and your body just can't tolerate you standing, that's fine. Listen to your body. And that's going to be the key, I think, here is when is it right to keep moving? And when is it right to take it easy? And taking it easy is going to look different now than it did before. Before, taking it easy meant sit on my desk chair. Now, taking it easy looks more like stand at your desk, maybe lean on it a little bit. Hopefully, in the next year or two, taking it easy is going to mean walk on the treadmill at a slower pace. Not every time is it going to be like that. There are going to be times when recovery actually means sit still, do nothing, don't move. But I don't know when that's going to be. And for right now, having not been active for a while, really looking forward to the challenge of moving all day, every day, while I work, and engaging at times I would otherwise not, or I would engage in a way that today feels like rest. In the meantime, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the YouTube algorithm things. If you have friends you think would get value out of this content, share it with them. If you have enemies who you think would absolutely hate watching me, share it to them too. I'm not that picky. Until next time, see ya.